Hey guys, welcome to our next installment of using Siblius. This is an amazing bit of software. It's got so much detail in it, and it's sometimes hard to know where to start. But we are going to start right back at the beginning again. So this quick start guide gives you heaps of information. Its default setting is new score, and we talked about these templates that are here ready for us to use. But it's also got tutorials. Okay, so some ideas there if you get stuck, and places to go if you need help. For instance, of course, importing, you can import music. It does have some fancy ways of importing, scanning music in and being able to get it to transfer it into Siblius so you can alter it, which is pretty cool. But we're not going to get too stuck on that. We're going to get stuck into creating some music. Now, if you go in with a blank score like we did before, you have to create everything from scratch, which is okay. And if you're not too sure what you're going to be creating, that's all fine. But you may have a fairly strong idea about what you're going to be writing for, what instruments. So let's select one now and get a template up. Okay, so we've got a trio here for brass, trumpet in B flat, trombone, and tuba. Right, and so this gives us some options here. Now we can get really fancy if you want. We can go in here and talk about fonts and different types of notes, and note heads, and all that stuff. We can talk about changing landscape, portrait, paper sizes, and all that sort of thing. Very nerdy, but you can play around with that. We can decide we're going to change up our instruments. We'll bring this screen up and we can mess around and so decide that let's get rid of that trombone and let's put well, the coolest instrument that we can put in here, which is the euphonium. Let's add that in here. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got now our trio set up with euphonium. Okay, it's also a lot quicker at this point to add in things like time signatures and key signatures and also upbeats. So let's do that now and let's break with convention and write into a different key that's into a different time signature that's not 4/4. Let's go 6/8. No, that's too complicated. Let's go 2/3/4. All right, 3/4 it is. Okay, so of course there's the other option. I wonder what we could come up with. But let's not move down that road. Let's keep going. We've got our pickup bar or anacrusis. Let's go with one beat. We can throw in our tempo mark and we can even give it a marking here. Let's see. What's wrong with that? Andante at 100. Music nerds will know that that is not going to work, but we can play with it. All right, now we could be really mean and give this brass trio some sharp keys, but we won't. Let's go to flat keys and let's keep it happy and keep it in a major key. This is really important. If you get this set up at the beginning, at this stage, it makes life so much easier because it's already ready to go. Oh, we can add that title in as well. And let's be really boring and call it the brass trio number 1. Very good. There's more info you can chuck in there, and let's hit create and see what happens. Wow, amazing. Technology, incredible. All right, so again, let's expand that right out so we've got a good lot of space to work with. Now, if you can use it on a large screen computer like an iMac or something like that, it's so much easier than a small laptop. So yeah, do what you can to get onto a larger screen. It makes life much quicker. Simpler. All right, so we've got our upbeat. We were in 3/4. We've got our key signature up and running, and we can go ahead and start adding some notes right now. So let's see if I can come up with something with the keyboard and start adding notes. All right, like I said before in the previous video, a quick way to add notes is to set up one hand. In this case, it's my right hand using the mouse and using this keypad, and my left hand is on the controller or MIDI keyboard, throwing some notes in there to make sure we get it right. And it's quick to get the music happening that way. Oh, that's pretty high for a tuba. Let's move down to here and bring him down somewhere a bit safer. Okay, we're not really playing the key B flat, so that was my mistake. Now, on my MIDI keyboard, I've got an octave button. The reason I played so high is because I'm running out of notes. If you've got a smaller MIDI keyboard, find that octave button because that'll help you to get to those lower notes. Okay, that's interesting. And we might need to change some note divisions here. Let's go back and just run through some controls here that we can use to fix up some of the things, the mistakes I've made. Okay, so if I'm going to be in the key B flat, it might be an idea for me to start with an F and then lead into the tonic on here. Okay, and I want to change that maybe into a dotted minim. So I'm going to click minim dot. Oh, not staccato, dot is there. Okay, so that's how I would do it. Now, I know a lot of people like other ways of operating with Siblius, because you can use the shortcut key commands which are on the right-hand side of your QWERTY keyboard. If you've got a standard computer keyboard, you should have those buttons that line up with the keypad. Okay, it makes things a lot easier. So, for example, if I push the number 5, it changes that to a minim. And I hit the dot, and it's given me a dotted minim. Brilliant. Much quicker. So I've got my mouse, and my hand is right next to those buttons as well. That's pretty good. It gives me pretty quick access to the notes, to the buttons and controls I need to get this done as quickly as possible. Okay, we want a multi-rest. Oh no, repeat bar. Let's go something fancy here and see if it works. No, it doesn't. I'm going to use the mouse for this control. Okay, so I want the previous bar to be exactly the same. To repeat. Can I get that to happen? Yes, the gods are looking after me today. Okay, and we'll go back to a B flat there. Let's see if we can do that. And then we're going to close that, go back to our note types and make this a dotted minim. Okay, so we've got a few bars there. Okay, now we want to play it and listen to it. Let's see. Best thing to do is bring up your transport. There it is. Okay, your transport's going to be able to control play, stop, start, rewind, etc. Oh, isn't that lovely? Beautiful. Well, it shocked me when it went to full screen mode there like that, but that's well, I suppose that's good. All right, we get to see what's going on. Okay, and we just go through and start adding more notes in here to the different parts, and away we go. We can knock ourselves out. One quick way of operating, if you know the part's got the same rhythm, is to copy and paste, okay? So at least you're saving yourself the time of having to rewrite rhythms. And then you can just use the arrows on the keyboard to get the notes into the right spot. Okay, so that's, yeah, but we might change that one. What do you reckon? We've got another F there. We could come up with something fancy. Let's go and have a listen to it, see what happens. Yeah, okay, well, we could live with that. Now we can go and do the same thing with the trumpet part. We might do that to begin with, and we can use the arrow key to shift the whole lot up. Okay, it's all selected, so it will shift everything up for us. And that makes life pretty quick for us as well, okay? Okay, so this trumpet player needs to have their, needs to do a bit more playing, I reckon. So let's see, go back to my MIDI controller and let's see if we can add in a few more notes. Oh! I'm gonna need the octave plus button, I think, to make that go up. There we go. What do we got there? We've got 1, 3, 4. Yeah, we need an F. It'd be good. Well, let's keep him working towards an F. There we go. That's a bit of a chop buster for our trumpet player. And then let's bring him down to a D. All right, cool. Let's see what that sounds like. Have we got something interesting here or not? Play. I love that vibrato, don't you, on the brass? Just beautiful. All right. Okay, there are some, mistakes here, glaringly obvious mistakes. But, the fun about using Siblius is you can mess around with things, create problems, fix them up, and it's a great way of learning about music. And when you print this out, it does look so professional compared to other software. So that is kind of one of the cool things that Siblius has always been good at is the finished product looks good. And you know what it's like as a muso if you've been given some music that, doesn't look so easy to read. and you know, it just looks a bit like backyard. Backyard job, maybe scribbled out and bits and pieces have changed, or they don't have the quite the right font types and stuff. It can throw you off, and so Siblius is really good at that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for the next